What's going on, world? You are back for another episode of Conversations with the Media Prince. And you know, just like any other episode, we have a dynamic guest who I deem are pillars in our community on helping open new doors for our areas and create new barriers that will transcend to generations behind us. Like no other, I have a dope guest today, a renowned DJ, a cultivator, a shift maker, a taste maker. He's one of the key ingredients behind a lot of the artists we see today, like Mac Miller, Wale, Alex Vaughn, even B2K. We'll talk. This guy is somebody who is creating and opening doors and becoming a beacon in the music world. This guy also has done radio. I'm talking about his resume goes on and on and on. We wouldn't be in such a great place without him. The one, the only, DJ Money. Hey.
How you, boss?
I'm amazing. I got to sit down next to you, man.
I'm glad we got the chance to get it done, man, for real, man. You always been a good person, man, been a great friend to me, so I'm glad we got a chance to do this.
I appreciate to hear that. And people don't realize this, too. Like, DJ Money don't just sit down with anybody, okay? So you had to have worked hard to create something. And this is a testament to what you've created because I feel like with interviewing people like you have to be responsible with curating your message because you're a powerful figure here.
Yeah.
And what you've done, we've only got to experience through your lens.
Right.
So you're a giant in this thing.
Wow,
and so we get to walk in your likeness. You get what I'm saying? And there are so many people that are hoping to even just get a sprinkle of the DJ Money magic.
No, I appreciate it.
So first, before we even get into all of that, how do you take it? How are you taking it all in, being DJ Money? What is that experience?
I mean, to be honest, if you ask me, you know, I feel like every year if you ask me that, it's different. But as of right now, I've always thought about forever. Actually, I've always tried to put myself as of service. Right, music is the muse, and that's where I start. So like, as long as music is the pinnacle and like where I'm at. Everything else is easy, you know what I'm saying? So like that's what I love. So it's like anything musical that is perfect for what I want to do. Whatever medium you bring up, if you notice, A&R and DJing, radio, whatever I do, music is always the centerpiece, the centerfold. So that's really where it comes from. So for me, a lot of times is as long as I get a chance to perform, write, produce. I'm winning. I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything else is extra. You know what I'm saying? God has blessed me with a lot of different things that I never even thought. Like I said, I started from just playing in my basement and just loving records. So I never thought in a million years I would be in front of 3,000 people, 10,000 people, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I play that whether it's 20
Big
people.
dog thing.
Yeah, or whatever.
When's the last time you had a pinch yourself moment where you're like, okay, God, you showing off now?
A pinch myself moment. I'm trying to think. Well, Money Long, I did a record for her before she like got a deal called Time Machine. So a lot of people don't know I produced that record.
Wow.
And so that project actually just went gold. So that's like a big thing. Me and her talked about that because it was like during that time we really felt like a lot of folks didn't really get us, especially her in that space. She was in the writing space trying to turn to an artist, and she was rebranding and doing a lot of stuff. And the next thing you know, I was supposed to get in with her for one day, and I ended up doing a week with her producing. And then one of the records was Time Machine, which went viral.
Very viral.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So, and a lot of people don't know I did that record.
They know now.
Yeah, there you go.
Take us all the way back.
Okay.
When did music fall into your lap?
Music was always a part of my household growing up. My mom, my pops, like just growing up here, D.C., Maryland. I think I was probably unknowingly I fell in love with music just because I heard it all the time. In the car, my father, he wasn't like a DJ, but he bought records. He loved music. He loved different stuff. So I was constantly hearing music, constantly hearing like quartet groups, Dells, like Manhattan's, like Stevie Wonder, like all these old artists that.
He had some great taste.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he was playing all this stuff while I was growing up, and I'm falling in love with it. And I know the music, and of course my folks in school and friends like that, they didn't know the music, but I loved it. So when I got like introduced to rap and hip hop, like when during that time, this is like when like the new age era, the sample era starting to come, like the Dipset, Kanye, different stuff like that. So all those records that I love starting to get sampled. So it kind of like triggers something in me. And then all the stuff like Stevie Wonder to me, and don't get it twisted, of course Michael, all these people, but Stevie Wonder is my like sensei. So like melody, singing wise, like I studied him. I studied these albums, and I really started writing music during that time. So I'm like, that's really where it started for me. Just listening to Stevie and these records and wanting to learn how someone that could not see was so vivid in the world, you know.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. When did you start to see that you and music were connecting, and you were starting to see that people were seeing that you and music were connecting?
Probably college. I went to Grambling State College, and I think during that time, I again not taking it seriously. I'm just spinning, making music, trying to make money, recording people, giving folks just my taste of what I like and feel and stuff like that. Not understanding that this could. I mean, I knew it was a job because, of course, we saw it. We saw the Barry Gordy's, the Puffs, like all these people, but I definitely didn't think that I was going to be able to to do it. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, I'm just kind of looking at it in a certain space, and I'm like, yo, you should like. Folks started to come to me for my taste of like, what are you listening to? What are you doing? I started making mixtapes for folks and different stuff like that. And I think, to be honest, the first time I did a party with like my friends, right? I was spinning, and that crowd reaction just it got me like a bug, and I was just like, yo, like I think it's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
No, and being as somebody that has experienced your parties, and excuse me how I describe it, but it's like you're making love to the audience, because you know how you don't fall out of frequency when you're on the turntables.
Yeah.
And being a DC native,
Yeah.
you know you could be in the club and a DJ could fuck up the mood. You'd be like, why did you do that? But it's like you understand. It's like you're playing for you.
Right.
In the crowd.
Right.
What would you, and I think for us, we go on that journey with you, so it feels like you're catering to us. Where are you in that zone when you're...
I think more so I play for folks, for the people, for the party, for the room, but I'm definitely in the process of teaching while I'm spinning. And what I mean by that is like I want you to kind of have that escapism when you're in the space. So I want you to have nostalgia in the fact of like, oh, like look, a lot of folks, a lot of times, if you come to my sets, I always will play a few records that you probably haven't heard in a long time that folks normally don't play. Not necessarily because of the fact of I want to make sure that people are, remember me, but also the fact of I want you to remember the moment. I want you to remember the time of like, oh, this happened. Oh my God, I remember in high school. I remember in college. And you having a time with your friends, being like, yo, you remember when this record came out? Like, because every era there are always, A records and B records, and sometimes your favorite song might not be the biggest record, but if we're in a space like, you know what I'm saying, if I'm in a city and I know there's a record that was a very huge local record, you know what I'm saying, we can really make it a thing. I think that's kind of my mindset when I'm in these rooms. Yeah,
but I think it's important to point out because just off hearing that and feeling it, you care about how the partiers feel in the moment. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Which a lot of DJs you don't hear really take that nuance on to actually say, you know what? Not only am I playing for them, but I care for how they're vibing and what their feel is for what I'm getting ready to put out there.
Right. I think, again, back to what I said, music first. So a lot of times I'm not doing it like I really am of service when I'm in that space. So I really want to make sure that you're having a good time, that you connect with me. If I'm having a good time, then you're having a good time. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it as much. I take it serious, but I'm not showing the serious nature of it when you're watching me perform.
Now, what was that process like? How did you learn how to DJ? Take us to that.
My father really like he knows how to spin, but Jazzy Jeff is like my DJ Jesus.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I watch him. I want to see how he grows. Kid Capri, Funk Flex, Analyze from here, DJ Iron, all these people I really kind of encompassed and took and pulled from them and kind of made my own style. So like I really watched them grow and really kill parties for decades and really be able to take this stuff on the road, not just locally, but like any room, you know what I'm saying, any genre, and really kill it. Gotcha. And that's really what I want to do. Like you can put me anywhere, and I promise you, I'm gonna knock it out.
Hey, and ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call a student of the craft. Yeah. He studies, he learns, he watches the greats. So just because you picked up your laptop yesterday do not mean I need you to go to St. Ives and do my party tomorrow.
It's okay. You know what I'm saying? But also too, like I said, back again, music first. I think that's the biggest thing that folks have kind of forgot about. And I get it, like it's trendy, it looks good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Folks is making a lot of videos and different stuff like that. But you could always tell the difference, and that's why I'm able to, you know, I feel like I'm able to last this long just because of the fact that I really want to make sure that I am, when you leave one of my events, my set, you're like, yo, he killed it, you had fun. You know, you've been to a lot of my sets, like you come and support a lot, and I feel like every time that it's always a different vibe.
It's a funky good time, I'll say that. So, a funky good time. Yeah. All I need is my cup of tequila. Come on now. Him on the twos, ones and twos, and I'm telling you, you actually had me sweating like I was Chris Brown at the we were at the Eaton.
Okay, yeah.
And I was able to bring my little brother and my little sister. And when I tell you, man, I walked out of there hot and sweaty, but it was such a good time, and that was one of the treats to myself because I felt like at that time I was working so hard that we just had a free night to just vibe. Yeah. And when I tell you, you had that room on fire,
I appreciate it.
I had to even look at myself like, bro, you dancing right now. I said, money got me in my bag.
It's escapism, man. Like, that's really what it's about. Like, when you go out, you know, and I get it, people want to talk to you about work and network and different stuff like that, and all that's cool, but we want to make sure that we have those times where we really can get away. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, to me, what I want to bring to people.
But that's something we don't actually ever talk about is the escapism of it all. Of 100%. Like, you come into these parties, because we never talk about those party goers either. Yeah. The ones that are coming to escape and just really be in a world, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's powerful that that's what you create. And I wanted to just note that because we don't always tackle that when we talk to the amazing DJs of this area. We don't really talk about those party goers that are leaving their troubles at the door and just really escaping and become. And I think we're in an era where everybody thinks they're so cool, they don't dance, they just stand on the wall, and then you don't appreciate, and smoke hookah, and they don't appreciate the ones that's really getting down in the middle of the dance floor, and we're not even realizing they're just escaping and 100%. Really becoming one with the music.
From the good book of Bootsy, man, I pulled up in the VIP. You know what I'm saying? Gas on E. You know what I'm saying? Gas tank on E. All drinks on me.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if you listen to that, like, he literally was like, I don't got it all. And life ain't sweet, but while we here, we're going to have fun. We're going to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So
now, how did you come up with your name?
That really came from sports, to be honest. I was playing, like, football back in the day, and I don't really want to give out too much because I don't really try to get nobody crazy, but let's just say there was a point in time where folks were like betting on sports. You know
gotcha.
We
got you. We can put the two and two together. I got you.
But you know what I'm saying? It came from a good place, a good hearty place. But you know what I'm saying?
It's a great name, and you've been manifesting it, and that's what you've been getting a lot of. So we like to.
You know what's funny? I always tell folks that even more so of that, money is always dependable, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like, to me, I like to take that stance. Don't get it twisted. Yes, please bring the coin. But I think more so than that is just being dependable, making folks understand that, like, when I show up, I'm gonna do what I say that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna execute at the best level, and you could always depend. If you got it, depend on me. If you got money, you good.
Hey, I love that. I love that. And for you, I wanted to also speak on, because and we're going to get into this further, but I want to tap into this first. You've been able to touch so many different arenas in music, but with touching so many arenas also comes with a risk
100%.
of just like, and talk to us about that experience of taking that risk, because in those moments, like you said, betting, you have to bet on yourself when you write, okay, I'm about to tackle this new arena, and there's a risk of not knowing if it's going to be successful or if it's going to fail. What is that like for you with those risks?
It's gonna sound weird, but well, it's not really. It's not gonna sound weird. I've always been in a space where whatever I have to do, and where music is the job, that's what I'm gonna do. So, of course, radio. I wanted to make sure that that was something I loved from an early age. So it's something that I really wanted to try and knock out the park. And Ange, you know what I'm saying? She always wanted me to have a show and be a part of a show. So I was already spinning on air, but I never really had a show or nothing like that. So when she offered me to do the morning show, to me, that was something that I couldn't turn down.
And y'all was some fools up there. You and Shay and all them just cutting up. I'm like, look at y'all about to make me crash my car driving to work, messing with y'all.
Yeah, so doing that and just making sure that everyone, you know, like I feel like all of those things always come back to me as a person. Because even on that show, if you notice, I had the sample challenge in the morning show. So that's something, again, where I was teaching and showing folks like what I like, what I grew up on. And to me, that's always the goal, like, in the key, you know, to me.
I'm glad you just pointed out to that. How important was that to make sure you encompassed teaching in everything you're doing? Because that's also a common theme in everything you do.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way for us to grow. And of course, like us being from the DMV, you know, we always hear the story of no infrastructure and stuff like that. But a lot of times there's so many successful folks from here that's doing stuff at a high level. But at the same time, if folks don't know, like yourself, you teach people about who is doing stuff and doing dinners and different stuff like that, which is amazing, because we need to show love to the folks so people can understand that, yes, sometimes you know, if you want to move and stuff like that, that's cool. But I always tell people, even when I moved, I never had a going away party, because I'm always going to come back. Because I always want to make sure that what I'm doing, DC is involved in it. You know what I'm saying? Even with Alex Vaughn, you know, I always wanted to have an artist from here that was from here, based here, that had our feel that made it nationally. And I was able to pull that off with her. So, like, just stuff like that. Like, I always want to make sure that we're building towards forever.
Hey, I love that. And you brought me right to the good subject. Alex Vaughn.
Alex Vaughn, yeah.
You got with her, and you guys are a freaking force.
I appreciate that.
And I was having a talk with her, like, off air, just like the magic we get to experience from what you guys do.
Yeah.
It really speaks to the artist that can see it can happen.
Right.
You guys are anchoring that message.
Absolutely.
And so it speaks to every artist that can now officially see a picture of someone. And not saying we never had those, because we had the Ari Lennox, we got the Rico Nasties, but Alex comes from a tier of creative muses that see her.
Yeah, y'all see her
now
work.
You can see
her work.
Right. And then
y'all
now you can see yourself like, oh, this really can happen. And this is what you guys, a testament of what you guys done. But explain that word. How did that all come about?
Well, I seen her at a rap open mic actually in 2017. And with all the rappers, I'm not sure if y'all ever been to a rap open mic, but it's not fair for some of the people at times. So an artist brought her on stage, and she just commanded the room. And I loved her voice. I will always look for a certain tone, and she was one of the folks. I just love how she was, her vibe, where she came from, her story, and I just watched her. And then I approached her, and I was like, "Yo, let's get in. I have a song that I wrote, and I want you to try it." So we get up, we start working on the record, and we just become like stepbrother best friends, like instant, like did we just become best friends? Like that's what it felt like, just because we really had a lot of the same thought process of creation and what we wanted to do. Now it's funny, like when we first started working, I really just wanted to produce her. I wasn't trying to manage an artist or nothing like that. But when it came to growing and how we're navigating through the space, I was like, you know what, I feel like I can help her. So when it came up, I was like, yeah, no, let's give it a shot. So we both took a risk on each other. You know what I'm saying? I'll always try to be very boutique with artists that I work with, just because I'm so hands-on, and I don't want to always spread myself so thin.
Gotcha.
So when I started working with her, we really locked in. Like, she came to Cali, and we literally, like, she worked and got off work and came to the studio 6 p.m. to 3, 4, and then got up, went to work the next day. We did this for 8, 9 months. And I told people, even during that time, I actually told her not to even tell folks that I was managing her, because I never wanted it to be about me. I wanted it to be about her and her journey and how she grows and how she is as a person and her story. And the fact that what you just said, y'all actually seen her at the open mics. Y'all actually seen her move around and throw her own shows and put out music and show up to events and stuff like that and support people. And to me, that was the better story than me walking her in buildings and being like, yo, this is my artist. I'm like, no, you keep doing what you're doing. We just gonna amplify the work. I'm gonna help you find your sound, and then we're gonna grow. And then during that process, we just worked on music for almost 2 years until we felt like we was ready to start shopping. And then LVRN happened. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple of deals on the table, but LVRN is like the Rockefeller of R&B for real, with Black and Summer and all them. And I felt like that'd be a great home for her, one. And two, I felt like just their marketing and how we viewed her as an artist was the best place. So that's where everything kind of came from.
And you guys are doing dynamic shit, okay?
I think once you have to really fall in love with like you as a person, right? And all the time we're always gonna like be unsure, right? Because we're human, right?
Right.
But I think the biggest thing that I fell in love with in myself, and I still battle with it, but I really fell in love with my taste. So I trust my taste at a very high level, right? So a lot of times when we, even with Wale and different stuff like that, we have these conversations. I don't want to say like arguments, but we have these conversations where we're like, yo, this should go like this should go like this. And I have no problem standing on what I believe in. And I think that's where it comes from, to be honest with you. So a lot of times the hat switching is not difficult, because these are just conversations of taste at the end of the day, if you really want to boil it down to one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Was that process always easy, or was that something you came to where you understood how your taste
even
was?
Now, it's never easy, because you still got to like blindly believe, right? Because you never know until you put it out, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I can say something to hit all day, but until it connects with people, it doesn't really matter. But yes, it definitely took me a while to really like champion my taste, 100%. It used to be a time back in the room, excuse me guys, can I just say real quick, maybe, possibly, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, nah, like, I think we should move like this, and if you don't, like, you crazy. Like, you brought me in here to do X, Y, Z, like, let's do it. Now, don't get it twisted. If someone has a better premise, I'm definitely for it. I want to win. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely have no problem telling my taste at a high.
I love that. Now, before we get into some of these artists that you work with, let's have a little reflection moment. How is your family taking DJ Money being DJ Money? How's that world now?
I think my mom and my father, to be honest with you, I mean, they always felt like I was going to be great, of course, right? Because they supported me. But I think during the time, me putting all my eggs, quote unquote, in one basket was scary for any parent, right? But I believe, I forgot. You know what's funny? It's not even the performance that got my mother. I think I introduced her when I was working with Raheem at the time. I introduced her to Raheem, and she was like, oh, okay, like, oh, you're really like doing it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's exactly how they say it too.
Like, oh, you really like doing it. I'm like, yeah, mom, like, I'm in a space. I think that, and then she came to see me. I did trap karaoke. When was at the Fillmore one time, and she came to either a Wale show or a trap show. But either way, she really got to see the reaction, really got to see me, and then we had a conversation of her being like, I know you see me doing these shows, but I didn't know, I didn't really realize. I'm like, yeah, but because when I come here, I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? I want to just be us and what we got going on. But I mean, they always supported me to a point. They just wanted me to be smart with my movements, which also helped me and motivated me. Of course, we had the spats where it's like,
oh,
that's
you
fine.
gonna tell me?
Of course, but I mean, the biggest thing is as long as I felt their support, I was happy. But now they know I'm happy to be able to provide in all aspects for my family in general.
I wanted to ask that too because I think as creatives, and especially being from the DMV, you already know the first thing our parents really want us to do is go get a government job, get benefits.
I was computer science major.
Yeah.
She just wanted to make sure backup plan, just get a job just in case, all the stuff. And of course, I was prepared, but that wasn't nothing was going to deter me from what I wanted to do, and I really saw it early on. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I was making the right steps. Again, just trusting my taste. So that's what it came down to.
If you could give me your top 3 moments, what would they be?
Top 3 of me?
Of you, all that you've been able to accomplish, where you've been like, damn, I'm telling this to my grandkids.
When I got my PEITHER plaque,
ooh,
that was a real good one, just because nobody really believed in that song in the building at the time. While they really wanted to go in a different direction, I found that record, got it to the finish line, the whole thing. So when I got that plaque, that was a real big thing for me, and it went to my parents' house. So it was all encompassed. I love that video. Spinning for Mac Miller in Japan when we did a show with Dre and Miss Snoop. It was about like 90,000.
Woo!
That was crazy.
That's
crazy show. And Alex getting signed. To be honest with you, just because that was really like something that I personally wanted to do since I was young. Just finding an artist, cultivating it, building it up, and getting it signed. You know what I'm saying? And making and not just getting signed just to say it's signed, but actually releasing music and what I'm saying, having some success and stuff like that.
Yeah, he mentioned Mac Miller, and we're gonna get to the artist, trust me. But he's just talking, and I'm just because aside from this, I'm also a fan of his. So this is my chance to get all of my fan questions off. But no, you had just mentioned 90,000 in Japan.
That's crazy.
That's freaking crazy. And just first of all, being in front of the audience that you are in front of is like can be very overwhelming. Like you have thousands. I mean, what are you doing before you go on stage? What's that regimen like?
You got to talk to God for sure.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think I have prepared my mind for the stage for so long that I'm more excited to go on the stage than nervous. I think a lot of times, of course, when you always tell people, when you look at the crowd, it's like a roller coaster, right?
Right.
That initial drop, you feel the pit, but after the drop, you enjoy the ride. So that's kind of where I am with it. So even in that space, did we know it was going to be 90,000 people? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? They definitely undersold what was going on. But they probably did that just because they wanted to make sure we were straight. But I think the biggest thing from that experience alone that I learned is just how much music brings us together. Because they had to have a translator out there when we spoke. Because people, of course, don't know our language and stuff like that. But when the records hit, they singing word for word like they know English. You know what I'm saying? Just because they learned the music. You know what I'm saying? So that was an incredible experience.
There's always the talk of where the artists feel as though they have to leave here to make it. but we're also seeing from your handbook that no, you don't.
Yeah.
And if you really create that architect around yourself, you can thrive and suffice here.
Right.
What has that world been like for you, especially when you hear those conversations, but you're also an example of showing them that, nah, we can win?
I think spreading your wings is smart. I think being able to touch different towns, different cities is smart. But no, you don't have to necessarily move. Like, I'm not gonna. I know folks. Some folks that know me know that I have moved. But you gotta understand, like, again, like I said, I have juggled back and forth where a lot of times folks didn't even realize I was gone just because my presence here.
Glad you said that. We're gonna talk about that too.
Was always available. Like, you know what I'm saying, from AV sessions to events to Mood to worldwide jams to the great energy group, like all these things that I go through, do and be a part of, just because I want to make sure that, you know, folks from here know that we are not only enough, but we've always been the pulse. Like from Ye saying it to Jay coming here, Biggie coming here, so many people have been here. We've been the pulse in fashion, music, culture for so long. You know what I'm saying? Every October, the world comes here for Howard. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta remember that. Like, so it's like, it's not a lot of places that you can go to. It's not like, I go to, you know, 50, 60 cities a year, and I can say Howard anywhere. I can say DMV anywhere, and there's gonna be people that pop. Even like me staffing, I always want to staff locally. Like, I could easily be like, oh yeah, let me go grab da-da-da. But I want to build folks that I feel like are great and see the greatness in them. That's how we able to, you know what I'm saying, grow as a unit. That's how we're going to be able. New York did it, Atlanta did it, Miami did it, Texas did it, California did it, the Bay did it. Like, all these areas did that and made an ecosystem where they did not have to leave, move, nothing. And the next thing you know, you got folks like Slim Thug that never got to leave Texas, and he rich, you know what I'm saying? And we have a chance to do the same thing here, but not only that, having an impact in the Northeast region where we can really create a market. And you see it growing every single day. Brent, Alex, Art, yes. Rico, you know what I'm saying? Manny Wells, Foggy Raw. Like, it's so many different artists that's from here.
And I like that it's growing.
Yeah,
it's like the names continues, because that's the part, and that's the part that that's why I want to talk to you about that, because that's the part we minimize, is you're negating the fact that if you really step back and look around, it's thriving. And a lot of our people are thriving. And it's in multiple arenas of entertainment.
Yes.
And a lot of it is, like you said, from the music base. So, and while you were talking to, because what's crazy is I was thinking of this question way farther ahead, because you have been able to be bi-coastal, but you have been able to keep your callus here still strong. And we've seen people leave the DMV, and when they leave, you could tell they left. Like, there is no... And when you could tell when they come home, you could tell, like, oh, damn, where you been at? But you've been able to still be... Your effect was still here. Was that intentional?
Absolutely.
Or... Okay.
Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. First of all, the support here, you know, this is my home. So I'm going to treat it like home. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to disrespect my home. I'm always going to make sure home is taken care of first, right?
Y'all hear that? You hear that?
Secondly, it's one of those things where I always want to make sure there's a stance here for, like, whatever we got going on. AV sessions, like I said, that's every third Wednesday. We have that for new talent so we can see what's going on. You've seen folks, you know, you've seen people leave there and get signed or their buzz grow. We have so many artists that's come there and have their first performance. And then next thing you know, a year from there, you know, they're putting out projects and they're way more confident and different stuff like that. So it definitely, to me, like, I always was intentional with doing that. Like I said, I literally made sure I did not have a going away party. Like, so many people, you see that, just like you said, that's another reason why, because when they go away, they really want to make sure that, you know, everyone knows that they're gone. I went out, I left to make money. I left to go get some coin. You know what I'm saying? I left to make some bread, make new connections, and to bring back here. So many times where I've folks that I've built relationships with, where it be LA, Atlanta, West Coast, these executives and stuff like that, and they come here. Y'all have no idea how many sessions that have happened in this area just because they're like, yo, we're in town. I need a studio. What's up? And we'll work it out. You know what I'm saying? House has plaques because of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of different things. But I just never wanted to let go of home, not because I was afraid to let go. It's because folks need to hear about here. That's what it comes down to.
And people need to still feel you because,
100%.
and I'm just telling you, man, I'm going to always give you your flowers. I thank you for what you've really created for this area and what you've curated. And I thank you for being who we hope you are. Because, you know, we meet some of these people and you meet them, you be like, oh, this nigga is whack.
Yeah.
And then, but you were exactly who I hoped you was. Real, cared for the community, intentional, humble, and willing to open a door for someone. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
And this is why giants like you have to be acknowledged and praised for what you do, because a lot of the barriers that we see you break down, we've only seen them being broke down by you.
I appreciate it.
So we have to experience it and reflect that we only got a DJ Money right here, right now.
Yeah, and I'm just a vessel, man. Like, you know, God gave me a lot of talents, and spinning is just one that I feel like he made sure I understood. Like, this is a vehicle, and you could take this vehicle and go crazy and you know, celebrity be the drug, or you can really make it grow. So my thing is, even in that space, I've never been a person where, you know, this all can end tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Something can happen and I can get hurt. All this stuff can end tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm never going to be overly like extra. Do I be in my bag? Do I feel like I'm the best? 100%.
As you should.
I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? But am I gonna be extra to the point where I can't talk to someone or shake their hand or open a door literally or figuratively, like, or whatever? Like, I've never been that type of person. Like, that wasn't how I was raised, and also I don't feel like that's how we teach people how to be better. Every person that we really love in a real big way, especially from around here, I feel like have some humility to them to help them grow. You know what I'm saying? I love how Pharrell moves. You know what I'm saying? Pharrell, as much as he done, he don't gotta talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? If he never talked to another person, how could I be mad? Right? You know what I'm saying? But no matter what he got going on, he still up show up for his friends, his family. He mentions VA, like VA is New York fucking city. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. And I like to move in that same space.
And you're definitely doing that. So let's say it's year 2075.
I'm on an island.
A teenager is opening the history book.
Yeah.
And we're seeing DJ Money right there. What are you wanting it to say? What do you want them to know about?
First of all, I hope the picture's fire. Secondly, I think I wanted to say, in so many words, like someone that executes, and of service in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the biggest thing, and hopefully we can really have, you know, hopefully everything that I have done, you know what I'm saying, the impact is really, you know, even when people, you know what I'm saying, forget about me and I'm gone. Hopefully everything that happened that I did for here and for myself, my fam, and everything works in such a way that, you know what, that they do have an office here. Def Jam does have an office here.
Hey.
Or Universal does have an office here. Or, you know, Disney DC happens or something like that. Like those are the things that I want to build. You know what I'm saying? You already see it growing, but now it's time for those giants to come here and, you know, really be where the culture is.
Hey. So I'm glad you. Before I play the game with you, I want to ask, since we led into that, what's next for DJ Money? What can we expect? What's
Wale album? Blanco's out. Alex Vaughn. Foggy Raw album is on the way.
Oh, and pay attention to the names he's saying. He doesn't. This is too. None of the artists that you heard him name put out mediocre work.
Absolutely not.
This guy is talent, and so he only works with talent. You hear that? So if you see DJ Money and you know you ain't taking your crab serious, please let this man go about his day, okay?
Yeah, so I mean, other than that, man, more parties, mood parties. We just moving around. Summer is gonna be a lot of fun, and no matter what season it is, summer's not over. So remember that.
Thank you. So it looks like we about to just be in the world of money, and it's looking like I like this world.
Come on now.
I like this world.
Now, come on.
The fun part comes.
What's up?
Because I've always wanted to say, I've played this game with Fabio Foreign, Megan Thee Stallion, everybody. So I love to get you guys' takes because I'd love to see where you guys, because everyone's musically inclined, but you never know what people's taste palette is. Until I make you have to kill a motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I play this.
I gotta go?
Somebody has to go.
I bet.
So I play this game with everybody called Either Or. So I give you some hip hop legends. The person you say stays. The person you don't say never existed, never had a category. Never existed.
Wow.
And for you, I'm gonna give you 3 money passes. Are you ready for this?
All right, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for.
No Biggie.
Okay, Biggie stays. Oh, you answered that pretty easy. Okay. You might be good at this. Jay-Z or Nas?
I gotta take a money pass. I gotta take a money pass.
He's used his first pass.
Those are my guys.
Okay.
But Jay is my favorite, but Nas, man, yeah.
Okay, so we got a money pass. All right, let's see. And mind you, if you don't know, it's gonna get harder. Okay.
I was doing good.
Eminem or J. Cole?
Oh, J. Cole.
Okay. Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
I'm gonna take that money pass right now. We're gonna chill right now. There's a lot going on.
Now, mind you, we still got more fellas. We ain't even get to ladies yet.
I feel you.
Okay, so we got two money passes already out the gate.
That one I definitely wasn't. Listen,
he said, "I'm treading lightly. I still got to work." All right.
That's definitely.
Lil Wayne or Kanye West? I'm fucking you up, ain't I?
That's crazy. Yo, it's crazy because who I want to say is just going so crazy right now that I feel crazy saying it. Damn. All right, money's a game. It's cool. I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay, Kanye. And I know the tweets are.
I know. I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay. 2 Chainz or Future?
This is crazy. Yo, Chainz, I really love you, yo. You really my guy. You know what I'm saying? But are we just talking music? I gotta keep Future.
All right, Future stays.
It's just it's just too good. It's too good.
Okay. T.I. or Ludacris?
Tip.
Tip stays. Okay.
Shout out to Ludacris. Tip.
We can do one more for the fellas. Andre 3000 or Common?
Oh my God, yo. Take me. Only off the pure fact he's never dropped the album, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Common.
Common, okay. Common stays. All right, for the ladies, Remy Ma or Nicki Minaj?
Is there like an option to take out? I'm sorry, I'm playing. Nah. Damn. Sorry, I got it. Ted's you my guy. I'm sorry. I gotta get Remy. I'm gonna keep Remy.
Remy stays, okay. Little Kim or Trina?
Oh, Kim.
Kim stays, okay. Eve or Foxy Brown? You still got one pass.
Nah, I'm not using it because I know some heat coming. I'm gonna go. You say Eve or
Foxy Brown?
Yeah, Foxy.
Foxy stays, okay. Doja Cat or Lotto?
Yo, you know what's funny? Like, this game is really showing me, like, I appreciate this game, because this game is really showing me right now, like, damn, man, you do got relationships with niggas, like, wow. Doja or...
Lotto.
Sorry, Lotto, I I gotta go Doja. Doja's albums are so fire.
Okay.
I love Lotto though. Shout out to Lotto. Shout out to Go Green.
So
I love y'all.
Doja stays. Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion?
Wow. She's gonna keep ramping up.
I told you got one more pass.
Yeah, but I know something crazy's coming, and I'm gonna. I play poker. I know something crazy coming. I'm using my ace. I'm gonna keep my ace. Megan or Cardi? You know what? Cardi's never putting out another album, so Megan.
Megan stays. Okay. Here go a new one that I'm throwing in here. Doechii or JT?
Doechii.
Doechii stays. Doechii stays.
Shout
Okay.
out to Doechii.
Okay.
Shout out to Cal Banks and the whole team.
Let's do one last one for the ladies. Missy Elliott or Left Eye?
Take me. Just take me.
Told you got one more pass. You want to use it for that one?
No, because you're doing something else.
No, this is the last one.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
I'm taking my pass for sure.
Okay.
For sure. But Missy is another one that's like on the list. Timbaland is the reason why I produce. So Missy's albums I used to really study her albums. So I gotta say Missy.
Man.
I'm definitely don't want to lose them albums.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he did good. This was the one, the only DJ Money.
Hey.
Please let them know where they can follow you if they're under a rock, which they should not
At
be.
DJ Money DMV on Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. And yeah, man.
Well, I thank you so much for talking to me. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure.
I'm glad we got to get it done. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Me and him been talking for a long time about doing this, and I'm a man of my word. So I was like, yo, we can get this done.
And we got it done on the last season of Conversation with the Media. So
Oh,
I'm
this is
going
the
out with
last season.
going out
Wow.
with a bang. So I'm excited. Shop at MOB Conversation with the Media Prince. We are out.